regrets in life, at least the one that I think about the most, like, commonly, is, well, I'll just start with some context. Last summer, no, 2 summers ago, so not summer 2024, but summer 2023, I changed countries. After having lived 10 years in Switzerland, where I was in an international school, I moved last summer 2023, back to my home country of Portugal, which is where I currently at. It's a very beautiful country, and I'm not very sad about living here, and I get to spend more time with family, and I don't know, it's just a different experience, and I definitely learned a lot of things, so I don't regret it that much. But what I do regret is that I started self-improvement whilst I was still in Switzerland. I started self-improvement, I think, October 2021. That's when I started working out for the first time. I remember it, like, I had been doing for some months. I had already started watching hams. I had already been doing like push-ups or something, like every day when I woke up. I probably did that like 20 times over the course of the year. But October 2021 is when I formally started self-improvement. I started working out like every day. I would go down to my basement where I had some weights, not many weights, but I had some weights, and I would like do push-ups and sit-ups, and I'd spend like 30 minutes burning 400 calories on this like little running machine, because I used to be like fat when I was 12, and I wanted to have abs because I thought it would help me get girls. And in 8th grade, which I'm now in 10th grade, but the last year I was in Switzerland was 8th grade, there was this girl who I had been friends with since I was a kid, since I was like 8. At least I had known her since I was 8, but I started being like properly friends with her when I was 11, 12 years old. So I knew her really well. She wasn't like my closest friend, but she was very good friends with my closest friends too. And towards like 8th grade, I would spend most break times with my friend group, and she was part of it. And she, looking back, I still think she's definitely one of the prettiest girls I've ever met and like spoken to and spent time with. I really, like, sorry to say this because I haven't seen her physically in like 2 years, but some of my best memories like are with her. Not like all of them, obviously. I'm not that damn bad, but some of my fondest memories that I like to remember are like the group hangouts we used to have, which she was inevitably there because it was back part of like the friend group and stuff. And she was pretty rich. Her dad was like some businessman who sold his business for like $20 million or something, and she lived in like a mansion and had like these super cool cars and whatever. And it's not like I was attracted to her because of the money, because I was like 12, 13. I didn't care about that. She was just pretty. I loved her personality, and she like was just friendly to me. She was really one of the first girls who acknowledged that I was like starting to become more attractive, and I started working out, and that, you know, that treated me really well. And so I'm very grateful for her in the way that she was one of the first girls to start telling me I was attractive, which was like one of the first steps in the long journey it took me to gain like self-confidence. But towards the end of 8th grade, I realized this now. I was so stupid. She liked me, and I guess I didn't like imagine it could be true, because she was really hot. Nowadays, if I like met a girl even 90%, no, not even 90, even half as pretty and half as like good in terms of personality, I would consider myself lucky. I genuinely mean this. She's like fits perfectly into the category, or at least she used to. She might have changed, who knows, but she fits perfectly into the category of the type of girl I want to marry in the future. I apologize, there's gonna be some like loud traffic now, so I'll have to speak a bit louder. But yeah, she was one of the first girls who really showed me what it meant to feel female attractiveness, and she liked me at the end of 8th grade. like we started, because we were getting a bit older, right? So we started having more like sleepovers and group hangouts. And there was this one other girl who I was very good friends with, and I would still be to this day if she hadn't left and I hadn't left. We both changed schools. But so to celebrate or whatever, because I left Switzerland, by the way. It was a complete surprise. I wasn't expecting it at all. My parents told me halfway through the summer holidays that we were changing countries and schools, so I didn't even get to do a proper goodbye to like everyone in my year or whatever. No one knew I was leaving. But regardless of that, that girl was gonna leave, so we did this like goodbye parties, and we had like 2 of them almost, like for that girl, where one of them was I literally slept over at that girl's house. Crazy, I know, but whatever. And the other one was just spending time at the girl I liked, his mansion, or like big house or whatever. Yeah. I don't know what qualifies as a mansion, but her house was huge. She had like an indoor pool and like huge terrain and everything. But the point is that both those times she made very clear that she found me physically attractive. Like, she had a pool at her house, so we would when I took off my shirt, she kept looking at me. When I had my shirt on, she was literally touching my like pecs, which was one of the first muscles that I developed well, and I still have good pecs to this day, because I just started off by doing a bunch of push-ups, right? So it makes sense that I had good pecs. And so looking back, it was so clear she found me attractive, and even still to this day, I think she always liked my personality. Clearly, I have always been a funny guy, but now I'm just way more self-respectful, and at least I think I'm more like sexually exciting when I talk to girls, at least based on what my ex-girlfriends have told me. And so I just really regret that, one, I couldn't see it back then because I was still too immature and I wasn't confident in myself, but 2, that I didn't go for it. It really annoys me that I had to change countries right before I actually turned into what I am today. Maybe I'm just complaining because I've changed, and I know that if I went back now, if she liked me before, she would be absolutely in love with me now, because all of the points she liked about me have only gotten better, if anything. And so I really regret not taking action with her when I should have, which is definitely one of my biggest regrets. Oh my bad, you just like inhaled my nose. Which is definitely one of my biggest regrets to this day. And so, yeah, if I could go back in time, I would definitely at least ask her out. Who knows, maybe she would reject me. Maybe I'm just imagining this, but she still talks to me like a couple times a year. We'll see, like, I sent her like Happy New Year, and you know, and every time I text her, we end up speaking for a couple of days, and she still seems to be very much into me, like at least personality-wise. And yeah, so I guess my piece of advice for you, thank you for waiting this long, watching this video, and like seeing what I had to say. If I have any advice, I guess it's much better to just ask out the girl. Even if you get rejected, it hurts. I've been rejected before. It hurts so much less than knowing you could have dated her, but the only reason you didn't is because you didn't ask her out. And I know this happened to many guys, where you realize a couple of years later that, damn, she was flirting with me, she liked me, but you didn't realize it at the time, or you were too scared to act upon it at the time, and now you deeply regret it. So if there's anything I can tell you, is it's so much better to be rejected than to feel regret for not asking out the girl you liked. Looking back, this girl was literally the girl of my dreams. Blonde, blue eyes, shorter than me, super hot. Like, I don't want to be like vulgar and describe the way she looked, but she had a very nice looking body. That's like the most like respectful way I can say it about her. Not only that, even her personality. Like, I could tell she would be a good mother. She liked cooking, she did like dancing, and she always laughed at my jokes, always positive. If I ever find a girl even half as good as her, I'll be happy. if I, it's not like over yet, right? She's still my age. I haven't seen her in 2 years, but who knows? I might visit Switzerland. I might maybe like, so I'll wait until I'm 18, whatever, and I might see her again at some point. So who knows? It's not over yet, but the thing is, like, the more time we wait, the bigger chance she like gets over me, or we find different people and whatever, which I'm not too sad about. Right? If I miss my chance, then that's it. I'm not gonna sit here and be miserable about her my entire life. But what I can tell you is that none of my girlfriends have ever amounted to have ever attracted me as much as she attracted me, or ever been as good candidates for a relationship as she was. Because she knew me since I was a kid too. And I'm rambling, but if you've waited this long, you like my voice, so I want to thank you. Regret is so much worse than rejection, and I hope you learned something, or at least enjoyed the video. As you can see, I've been a bit less consistent with my diet, as I have like a pimple here. Can't happen. I need to get back on track. I missed recording a video yesterday, so I'll have to record 2 today. But yeah, as always, make memories, not dreams.